Knights will play at home again tonight against the Sharks for Game 4 at 7:30 p.m. Go Knights, go!
You may have heard about Tiger Woods' big victory at the Masters this weekend, but a Wisconsin man also had a big win. The visitor left his trip making over $1 million betting on the golf tournament over the weekend. The best part is that this was the Wisconsin man's first bet he ever made. Talk about beginner's luck.
Looking for a new furry friend? We have a local adoption spot just for you. There are always tons of animals without homes who need adopting, so head over to Hearts Alive to save a life.
Places like Hearts Alive Village go the extra mile to provide a unique service for these little ones.
So we're Hearts Alive Village. We're a foster-based rescue organization. We have a few cats and dogs here on location, but most of the animals are in foster care. Specifically, I deal with the kitten foster program, which is really busy in the spring and summer months. We desperately need fosters, especially then. You can work full-time in foster, you can have other pets in foster. What we really need is just a loving home, an extra space in your home. We provide all the basics, so medical care, any kind of supplies, food, litter, toys even. You just provide the love and care so they can grow up in a home environment, which is really nice. Last year we were able to save about 590 kitties. This year we're hoping to save about 700. So we're always looking for fosters and volunteers. You can even make a donation if you're interested on our website, havlv.com. So Hearts Alive Village is a privately funded rescue as opposed to the municipal shelter, which is an open municipal shelter which takes in any animal and receives government funding. Hearts Alive does not. Hearts Alive runs off of donations and some grants that are applied through. But can any kitten come in off the street? It's based on a couple things: space availability, if we have enough fosters, and if we have enough funding. So that's pretty much every private rescue that you deal with. They're always lacking two things: fostering and funding. Fosters and funding.
Help save a kitten or stop by and make a new furry friend. Hearts Alive stays active all throughout the day and is always open to new faces. With Studio G, I'm Ashley.
There are always tons of animals without homes who need adopting, so head over to Hearts Alive to save a life.
Coming up, a famous landmark suffers from a devastating fire.
Also, the city lights it up with a fun music festival.
We'll be right back after the break.
The Ism Hour.
It's a talk show.
So we talk about all the isms, recidivism, racism, sexism, capitalism, corporatism, etc.
One reason why we chose the show is just to be able to talk about the many different isms that are out there that are troubling society, and they need to be talked about.
We're dropping some knowledge, basically. I'm Alligator.
And I'm Jeff F., and the name of our show is The Ism Hour.
You can listen to us on Fridays at 3 p.m. on the rebelhd2.com.
The number one thing I like about KUNV is it enables an individual to express their passion and grow and share that passion with others. It's a wonderful gift that's shared by KUNV with students and community members alike.
I love them because they gave me this opportunity, and I love the way they are representing the community and giving people from the community a chance to come in and, do whatever they got to do with their music.
I love KUNV. I love being here, and I love the people that I'm working with, and finally getting my chance to finally work in radio, which I've been wanting to do since I was a kid. So I'm very happy here. You'll really have the chance to grow and learn about radio from very good DJs and from management.
We are here, and you can be here too. KUNV is a great place to be.
One of the world's most famous monuments suffered from a major fire yesterday.
cranes are now up around the Notre Dame Cathedral as investigators try to take a look at the damage and assess the stability of the structure that was left behind after that damaging, roaring fire that started just before 7 p.m. at the peak of rush hour in Paris. Just a few minutes later, thousands of Parisians took to the streets to watch what they call Our Lady, the heart of Paris, burn, a city, the whole world in shock. The fire that engulfed much of the famed Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris appears to have been accidental, according to officials. It took fire crews approximately 9 hours to extinguish the flames that threatened to destroy one of the most recognizable buildings in the world.
Everybody's crying. It's very sad because Notre Dame de Paris is the symbol of Paris and the symbol of France.
Gasps from onlookers as its iconic spire toppled. The Interior Minister says it will take approximately 2 days to secure the structure before anyone can be allowed back in to pull more artwork and fully assess the damage. French President Emmanuel Macron vowed that they would rebuild the 850-year-old church and will be launching an international fundraiser. Hundreds of millions of dollars have already been pledged from French billionaires, companies, and nations around the world.
From Strasbourg, the French capital of the European Union, I call on all the 28 member states to take part in this task. The burning of the Notre Dame Cathedral has again made us aware that
I'll experience something like that for myself sometime. Maybe I'll even check out EDC.
Don't go anywhere. After the break, we sit down with media engineer Richard Reyes.
The name of my show is called Frankie's Underground Party. I play just about everything from progressive rock music to alternative and indie music. Sometimes I'll throw in a little mainstream music. I also play some rarities, lost classics, B-sides that nobody don't hear on the radio anymore. My name is Frankie Teardrop, and the name of my show is called Frankie's Underground Party, and you can tune in every Saturday nights at 10 p.m. on therebelhd2.com.
KUNV, I feel how I feel about it. It's great. I love it a lot. There's a lot amount of freedom. You can really do basically whatever you want.
Very nice facility, very clean. We have editing booths, studios for students to practice our craft and to learn more. And KUNV definitely gives us insight into what we'll be doing when we get our careers, once we graduate. They give us free will and free creativity.
I can gain experience to further my career in the radio broadcasting, board operating, to music directing, to even being on air, which is my main goal to do in life. So I can use all that knowledge to put towards my career in radio broadcasting.
You will learn so much here at KUNV, and we have a lot to offer.
Welcome back to Studio G. Here we have with us Richard Reyes. Richard, how are you doing today?
Doing well. Thank you for asking. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you for coming down here. We appreciate it. So what exactly does a media operations engineer do?
Well, here at UNLV School of Journalism, we have a very complex media system here with our Avid shared storage system. So this is the system that you find in most TV stations, production houses, and my role is to support that system here for the college.
And I'm sure with that job comes a lot of technical stuff. What's your favorite part about it?
Favorite part about it? Probably when it's all working and you don't even notice them there.
Right, right. What's the most difficult part, would you say?
I would say just the opposite. When things aren't working, we're currently undergoing an upgrade, so we're on a legacy system. It's support is a challenge, so it's just trying to support a system that's 10 years old. Mm-hmm. But we're in the process of updating to a brand new shared storage system. Should have that installed over the summer.
So what does that entail exactly, having to reinstall?
It entails, so we have new workstations for our NLE lab here on campus. So there's going to be 33 total workstations to deploy, along with a 200 terabyte shared storage system. So it's working with different work groups. Here at the college, so you have the Greenspun School, right, the Journalism Media Studies. We also have our OIT, so our Office of Information Technology here on campus, along with our systems integrator and Avid itself. So there's a multitude of different parties involved. So I guess the challenge would be to keep everybody communicating, everybody on the same page, and make sure that we move forward to achieve our objective.
So this plan, I mean, it's massive. So this has been in the works for, I'm assuming, years.
Right. It's been something that's been long overdue. Our current system is just at the end of life, and it served us very well for just 10 years now. And one of my primary responsibilities, being hired in this new position, January of this year, is to integrate the system and support the system, create the standard operating procedures for maintenance routines, and ensure that the students have access to Avid, and it's pretty it's installed and it runs in the background seamlessly.
And what can students expect from the new updated service? I mean, I'm assuming it means a new updated Avid for editing as well.
Right. So we have Avid Media Composer. So we'll have a new client software. So on all the workstations, we'll have capabilities to go beyond, into the future with new resolutions. Ideally, I'd like to see 4K support with this current system, and this new hardware will allow us to do that eventually going forward. So just new capabilities for the students, and it keeps us in line with the industry. Mm-hmm. Because as our students graduate, having this experience on their resume will help them, because this is the identical software they'll be using in their careers.
That's great. That's awesome. I think it'll benefit a lot of kids here too.
Absolutely.
And so I just want to circle back real quick. So are you from Vegas?
Yeah, you know, I originally born in Chicago, but I moved to Las Vegas in '95. So I was pretty much raised in Vegas, graduated at Coronado High School, and then went up north for a couple semesters, and that's how I started in the broadcasting. I started working at the public television station at Northern Nevada. And from there, I've been at several facilities, most recently here before UNLV, News 3 here in Las Vegas. And then before that, I spent 5 years for Hawaii Public Television. So I was working for a PBS Hawaii.
And so I guess my question is, how did you end up here at UNLV of all schools, I guess?
Well, you know, it's actually a great story. It's, you know, I'm a graduate here of the business program, and went ahead and looking at the Career Services Office, you know, and with my background being in media, I went ahead and submitted my just my information to Career Services, and they had put me in touch with this position here. So it's great. It's something that I wouldn't have necessarily found on my own. So it just goes to show you the value of career services here at this university for students and alumni.
That's awesome. Yeah. I really appreciated you coming in here for today. I'm sure the students are going to benefit from all the work you're going to do here.
Absolutely. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be a part of the university.
Yeah, thank you. All right, when we come back, Arturo Sanchez will have your weekly weather update. Stay tuned.
The name of my show is Shenanigans on the Radio and Praise and Shenanigans on the Radio. Well, both shows are music talk shows. I bring people in from the community anybody's doing anything positive, local talent, independent artists. I want the listeners to take away anything that may be helpful to them. Both shows are inspirational. No matter what you do in life, no matter what your dream is, follow it. Never give up on it. My name is Lucius Thompson, AKA The New B. Our host show is called Praise and Shenanigans on the Radio every Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and Shenanigans on the Radio every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. Make sure you tune in on the rebelhd2.com.
Personally, I love KUNV. It is my sanctuary for creativity. I'm given an opportunity to come in and use the resources that we have here to create the shows and the broadcasts that we do. It is my favorite creative space to be in.
I feel like the station gives students a platform to actually play music and actually a chance to get their hands in the radio industry without having to spend that money.
I like KUNV. It's a community station. They opened up the doors to myself, also to other people who have a dream of being in radio or whatever the case may be.
Have that energy from the city coming back to you while you're on a live broadcast. There's nothing like that feeling.
They have producing workshops. I learned how to actually do play-by-plays for sports events. KUNV has done a lot for me as a student.
If you want to do a talk show, a specialty show, music, it doesn't matter. There's a place for you to be able to come and give your voice to our community.
Welcome back to Studio G. Arturo Sanchez has the weather for us.
Hey guys, it's been a crazy week. You know, we've been starting with the wind this morning. It's currently 65 degrees. The high is going to get 68 with the low of 54. And it's mostly cloudy right now. And we're going to get a couple of showers this afternoon. So make sure you're wearing a raincoat. Make sure you get your umbrella because it is going to be getting wet. And let's look at our 5-day forecast for the week. And so if you're looking at that, we can see that we are starting off with the 78 tomorrow for Wednesday, and we're going to be reaching a high of 90 degrees on Friday, and then going back and lowering back to those 80s. And we're going to keep in those high 59s and mid 60s for the lows during this entire week. And let's look at the valley right now. As you can see, currently we are about in the low to mid 60s, reaching off, you know, with the highest being Henderson being at 68 right currently. So it is getting a little warmer. It's not too hot though, so it is a nice day today. And this morning, our weather was a little bit windy. We did have a little bit of a gust. wind speed was reaching up to 21 miles per hour, and our humidity is a little bit high. Like I said, we will be getting a chance of rain today in the afternoon with a 32% chance. So make sure to look for that, like I said. And so for tonight, as you can see that we are going to be mostly cloudy. Our wind speeds are going to they're going to go down with the 6 to 14 miles per hour. Our precipitation is going to be going up with a 40% chance. And it is going to be mostly cloudy. Those chance of showers are going to be continuing tonight. So just make sure, especially out on the road, it does get a little bit of a hassle. So make sure you guys are safe tonight driving in that rain. And for the picture of the day today, we have a beautiful, beautiful bee on a nice type of flower that we have. And then we also not only have a picture of the day, we have a quote from the wonderful Dr. Seuss. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose. Again, from the wonderful Dr. Seuss. And that's all I have, and I'm going to take it back to Kristen at the desk.
Thanks, Arturo. After the break, we take a look at a local spring event for the whole family.
The name of my show is Love Styles with Danny D, and I talk about love and relationships, the love songs. I'll do all genres of love, from like back to the 60s to today. That's basically what I like, and so I figured other people might like it too. My name is Danny D. My show is Love Styles with Danny D. You can listen to it on Sundays from 6 to 7 on therebelhd2.com.
I used to DJ at KUNV back in 1989 through 92 when the Rebels took the championship. KUNV is a good family. It's fun. The shows that are on it are creative. You can come up with your own show. It's really eclectic and creative and interesting. That's what I like about it.
We are a platform that opens doors for everybody. We don't limit, from what I've seen so far, there's no limit to what we can't do here.
I love their open door policy. Everyone is there to help you out. If there's something that you don't quite understand or remember, you can come in and ask. They'll show you how to do what needs to be done to make your radio show smooth. So expand your mind, expand your knowledge base, and get involved. It's a lot of fun.
What do you plan on doing this for Easter?
Looking for plans this Easter weekend? We might have just the idea for you. Meredith Hall went to check out this fun, family-friendly event.
A sea of cars. There was not a parking space to be had at FLM Chocolates this weekend in Henderson. This Easter holiday, the factory is putting on its annual Spring Spectacular event.
Families can expect a very wonderful, warm, friendly family environment. We love the kids, and here they can have as much fun as they want. They can get to see the Easter Bunny. They can come in and tour the factory inside. So you get to see a lot of little things like that.
It's a 2-weekend-long, family-friendly event taking place in FLM's Botanical Cactus Garden. There will be face painting, a bounce house, petting zoo, food trucks, even a visit from the Easter Bunny.
There are a lot of free events, and then you can also walk all through the gardens, and they're beginning to come into bloom, so they're quite beautiful right now.
And when you're not enjoying the Easter activities, you can always take a stroll through the chocolate factory and sample some chocolates. Or you can wander around the beautiful Botanical Cactus Gardens. If you missed out last weekend, FLM's Spring Spectacular event is going on this weekend too, from 1 to 6 p.m. both Saturday and Sunday.
There are other things in Las Vegas to do besides just always hanging out on the Strip. And we're one of those off-site events, and we just love to have you.
You may even get lucky and see the cacti bloom. This has been Meredith Hall for Studio G.
Be sure to hop on down to FLM Chocolate Factory this weekend to visit the Easter Bunny and get some delicious treats.
What are you doing for this Easter?
You know, for Easter, I think I might do dinner, maybe do some games, and then cap it off for Game of Thrones, because, you know, that final season.
That's the best way to spend Easter.
I know, right? Yeah, medieval swords and fighting. Yeah. What about you? What are you going to do for Easter?
Brunch or just staying at home enjoying the day off. You know,
yeah. Are you going to hang out with family?
I actually live here alone, but I will be with my boyfriend enjoying the weekend.
That's awesome. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, if you guys have plans, let us know in the comments section as well. But that's going to be all for our show today. I'm Lorenzo Torino.
And I'm Kristen Uidoy.